Hello everybody, this is Mr. Rob and welcome back to another episode of the Athletics franchise here on MLB Show 24, where today we're going to go down on the farm. And today's Down on the Farm is a little bit special because we are going to take a look and reveal our draft picks from this past 2026 MLB Draft. So if you're excited for this one, make sure you drop a like and you subscribe down below, especially if you want more franchise content. But before we get to the draft pick reveal, we will look at our teams currently in the minor, starting off with the Midland Rockhounds, who are currently 21-30. Disappointing season for them. You saw the ranking. They're the best team apparently in AA. Now they are without Charlie Rowe, the 4th overall pick last year. Jamaica was having a heck of a season before he tore his Achilles tendon. Now replacing our first base will be Angelo Jaquez, who was spent most of the time at AAA. They've called him back down to AA to get some extra reps, and he's hitting pretty good down here with the Rockhounds. So I like to see that. On the mound for Midland today will be Sean Ariano, one of our first draft picks in the series from Stony Brook. And we've seen him a lot this year, and he's played very good, so I'm excited to get him back on the mound. Now, we are facing the Tulsa Drillers today, who are the AA affiliates of the Los Angeles Dodgers, and their top player to look at is shortstop Michael Abreu, a 6th-round pick out of Germany back in 2024, who looks like one of their top players. But we're going to go to Momentum Bank Ballpark, the actual home of the Rockhounds. Like I said, we always go immersive, as always, here in this series. So we'll see how the Rockhounds do at home against the 26 and 25 Tulsa Drillers. Yeah, starting off in the top of the first, runner on first base, and Ariana has no problems getting through the first as this one grounds out to Jaquez. Bottom one on, one out for Angelo Jaquez. A good spot here to shine, but instead he grounds into an inning-ending at double play, and both teams scoreless in one. Top two, Medlinger leading off for the Drillers, and he rips this one into the gap, as that one's going to roll up against the wall before Jason Rosario can get to it. That's a leadoff double for Tulsa. 2 outs now for Michael Abreu in a big spot for the top prospect, but he flies out to left. And Ariano, despite the leadoff double, mows him down. Bottom 3, Miles Naylor, though, will swing and miss, and a good day for Ray on the mound for Tulsa as both pitchers really start to settle in. Here we go, top 4 with one on, and Kendall George will break the tie. A 2-run blast over the hill onto the concourse out there in right, as the 2-run shot gives Tulsa the lead as they strike first off Sean Ariano, who's been a little rocky today, and it's now officially 2-0 Drillers. Bottom 5, 2 down for Danny Bautista Jr., and he's going to rip this one into right field. That'll roll all the way to the wall. That's going to be the first extra base hit of the day for the Rockhounds, only their second hit total. So maybe a little bit of 2-out rally. Junior Perez up next, but he'll rip this one over to third. And that'll end the 5th. Rockhounds still scoreless in this one. Going to the top of the 6th, Redmond at the plate with one down and a runner on first, and he's going to hit this one into left field. Batista cuts it off. And now runners on the corners here for Tulsa. A good chance to add to their runs. Ariano continues to be a little spotty. Next pitch, Medlinger at the plate, and he hits this one into left field, and that'll drop for a base hit, an RBI single. Now 3-0 Tulsa. Ariano stays on the mound. Kendall George, the big hit earlier, will draw a walk, and now bases are loaded. Still only one down. Jack Geloff at the plate, the younger brother of Zach Geloff, the Athletics second baseman. And he pops into foul territory. Nice grab by Jaquez, and the runners don't tag, so a great out there. Just need one more to get through the 6th. It's Michael Abreu, and this time the top prospect will deliver into right field. That's going to be a 2 RBI base hit, and it's now 5-0 Drillers. Ariano having a tough time getting this final out, and he will finally do it just that. As a ground out over to short, we'll end the 6th, but it's 5-0 Tulsa. Bottom 6 trying to answer. Rosario goes down on strikes. Midland have not been good at all at the plate, as Ray's just been mowing through them. Here's Barry Bonds. Yes, our Barry Bonds now on the mound as he flies out to left field, doing a good job in the 7th inning. In the 8th inning with 1 on and 2 down, here's Jack Geloff, who hits this one to right, and Bonds does a good job out of the bullpen, gets through the 8th as well. Bottom 8 trying to find some sort of offense, but Cooper Bowman apparently swings there. Rockhounds still scoreless as we go into the 9th inning. Barry Bonds still at the plate, but with 2 down this time, finally gives up an extra base hit. It's the leadoff man, Freeland, who hits it all the way to the wall, and that'll be a 2-out double for Tulsa. They'll bring up the 2-hole hitter for them, Puerta, with a 1-for-4 today, but he looks at the slider right down the middle. So the Rockhounds down by 5 going into the 9th. They have a runner on first, 1 down for Brett Harris. And he will chop this one over to short, and everybody will be safe. They beat out the throw, so at least the inning stays alive. Is there a comeback in the pipes? Kyle McCann up next, the catcher, and he looks at strike 3. It's been a wide strike zone all night, and there's a good example there. So now down to the final out is Danny Batista, who gets a slider, and he flies out to right field, and that'll do it for this one. Tulsa wins by a final score of 5-0. Just no offense in this one for the Rockhounds. Only, I think, 1 extra base hit from Danny Batista, and a shaky performance, from Sean Ariano. And we drop this one to the Drillers, falling to 21-31. Now up to AAA and the Las Vegas Aviators. Not been a good season for them as well, 59-67. As there are a couple of guys to look at, though, on this Aviators team that I'm excited to see in the future. First off, we'll start with Elliot Ramos, the guy we acquired at the trade deadline from the Giants for Ryan Presley. Obviously, has not been a good plate in the majors. Hoping he can turn that around here today. Pedro Pineda is the top prospect here at AAA, a center fielder. He was a 22-year-old, 71 overall. We've seen him progress this season. I'd like to see him get a shot at the majors soon. At DH will be Clark Elliott, another guy kind of like Pineda, who I think is on the verge of joining the Major League club. Both those guys could be September call-ups. Colby Thomas now at AAA. We saw him at AA, and he switched to the Vegas squad. He's been okay at 25 years old. And then Lawrence Butler playing some first base. He's been in the majors on our team the past 3 seasons, has yet to grace that this year. So we'll see if he maybe gets a September call-up. And the other guy is Abraham Toro, kind of a veteran, but surprisingly has not had a Major League appearance this year. And he's looking to get back to that spot, coming up on age 30. The only pitcher I wanted to really highlight is Lucas Erceg, the closer. He's not been very good for us, even though he was our closer in year number 1. But he's had a very good AAA season, so maybe he gets another shot. Now, the Salt Lake Bees are the AAA affiliate of the Angels, and their top batter is Andy Ibanez, the longtime Major Leaguer who actually will not play in this game, so not really much to highlight there. On the mound for them, though, will be Victor Medeiros, a pretty solid prospect at 24 years old. Only pitched in 3 games back in 2023, so maybe he's due for another appearance in the majors. And their closer is also a longtime veteran Jimmy Herget, who has been at the Angels organization for quite a few seasons. He's been very good as the AAA closer. Now we'll head out to Las Vegas Ballpark as the 59-67 Aviators play host to the 65-61 Salt Lake Bees. They're actually the top team in our division, so kind of a test matchup. Hogan Harris will be on the mound for the Aviators today as he'll start off in the first with a runner on first. And Deshaun Knowles, the grounder over to second, and Schumann with a great diving effort, and we do turn 2. Great job to start the day on defense. Bottom 1 on our offense, Lawrence Butler with 2 down, gets a hanging curveball, and Lawrence Butler will drive this one to right and out of here, and the Aviators waste no time getting on the board. Again, Butler's a guy I'd like to see get another shot at the majors, and I think with Rooker being a free agent after next season, it'll be a big 2027 for Lawrence Butler. We go into the second now, 2 down, but then base hit puts 2 on for Salt Lake. Trying to get the final out here against Wallach, and he does just that. A liner into right will end at the second. Top 4 now, County with 2 down. Kyler Muller now at the mound as Hogan Harris is actually a little bit fatigued, and Muller gets through that inning. He stays in the 5th here with Blakely up, and this is a deep shot to right center, and it will hit off the base of the wall. A good effort by Pineda. Unable to get to it, though, and that'll be a leadoff double for Salt Lake. 2 batters later, Wallach at the plate again. He grounds this one over to second. That'll put the runner out, but the runner will also advance to third. So needed a base hit to break the lose, and Stafura will ground out. So Muller does a good job at keeping the 1-run lead. Going into the bottom of the 5th, Schumann, who's had some great defensive plays, perfectly times one to straightaway center, and this one is out of here. Halfway up the batter's eye, Max Schumann having himself a good day. 444 to dead center. The Aviators now lead 2-0. Top 6, Francisco Perez now on the mound, and he gets through this inning no problem. A 1-2-3 inning for him. Pitching's done a good job today. Colby Thomas will lead off the 6th, and it's his turn to drive one deep left field, and this one is way out of here as well. Halfway up of the LED board out there, 431. The Aviators are just hitting some bombs today. Not many hits, And they're going far when they do make contact. 7th inning belongs to Danny Jimenez, so we've seen a little bit with the Major League Club, and he has no problem getting through that inning. Bottom 7 now, Browning at the mound for the Bees, and he gets a 1-2-3 inning. So, solid job there. Takes us into the 8th, and this is Abner Uribe on the mound, the guy we acquired before the season, the Shea Langoliers deal. Very excited to see what Uribe can do. I think he will get another year, maybe next year in the minors, and could potentially actually grace the team next season. He's been very good down here at AAA, and I'd like to see that continue. Bottom 8, Pineda at the plate with 2 down, singles through the left side of the infield, so now 2 are on for the Aviators in the heart of the lineup. Butler, this time with another big shot into center field, and this one hops off the wall. 2 runs will score. Butler with another set of RBIs. It's 5-0 Aviators, and the inning's still not over. Ramos up next. Sam Bachman now on the mound, but it doesn't matter. Ramos crushes this one to left center. A 2-run shot at 7-0 Aviators. That's the kind of power I want to see out of Ramos. Give him another chance in the majors if he can continue to hit the ball like that. Especially with Rosario, free agent after this season. That field is a little bit up in the air. Uribe will then take the 9th, but here's a 1-out shot off the right center wall. Pineda will get to it, and that's another double for Solid, who've hit the ball well. They've just not been able to drive any runs in. 2 down now, Blakely at the plate, and he will single to right. So we will not get the shutout after all. Bees get on the board. It's now 7-1. One more out needed. McGillis up next, and he will poke this into left, but it will be caught, and the Aviators will win this game by a final score of 7-1. Good performance from the AAA squad. A lot of guys stood out. Butler looked good. Schumann had a pretty all-around day. And everybody in the pitching department played good too. Harris, Moeller, Perez, Jimenez, Uribe even, despite you give up a run. Great day for AAA. Now on to the meat of the episode though. Viewing our draft picks. How will they look? Let's not waste any more time. Here are the ratings, and oh my gosh, that's a lot of blue. Look at that towards the bottom. 97, 98 potentials. I think we hit a home run of a draft class. Let's go through every single prospect, starting off with the guy we drafted at the top, Lonnie McCarthy. Unfortunately, a little bit lower than I anticipated. Only a C potential. I thought he was a slam dunk. But still happy with the selection, though. Billy Da Silva up next, 19 age, B potential. Going to take some work, though, in the minors, but yeah, B potential is pretty good. It's a high B as well. Then we drafted Ernest Infante, the 19-year-old from Virginia. I think it's a little bit more polished than Da Silva, but will probably have the same path to the majors as his fellow part. Ryan Hampton, the shortstop we drafted, he's kind of that already peaked kind of guy, so probably our one dud of the draft class. And then we get into the fun stuff. Miguel Vergara, 97 potential, the 18-year-old. Oh, we hit a home run with him. And then we get into Robbie Enright, who is a 57 B potential, 89. So another good pitcher. And then we cap it all off with our last pick in David Young, who is the highest potential player in the entire draft class. We took some shots in the dark late, and we hit on a lot of them. Great draft from the Athletics. Here's a look at what the rest of the league did. If you want to take a look at your favorite team, feel free to pause the video. But there wasn't a ton of top-end talent, and we were able to scoop up a lot of them. White Sox hit on their first-round pick in Kurt Pruitt. He's got 90 potential. The Tigers get Carlo Pinto, a nice solid closing pitcher, one of the other highest rated guys. I like Miles Mora a lot, not necessarily as high as I thought he would be. And then everybody in our division really did not do good. The Astros didn't have a good draft. The Angels didn't either. The Mariners, they got Alex Davis, who's pretty solid, and the Rangers a little bit late, but not much from the AL West, so we definitely won the battle of the draft. Braves got a solid pitching prospect later in the draft. Vladimir Valentine was a guy I liked. He only has 78 potential. The Phillies, the defending champions, didn't look so good. Danny Polino, one of the top guys picked. The Nationals with a good one there. Reds get Stephen McCormick late, but they don't sign a couple of their draft picks. Brewers not so good as well. Tony Dietzman of the Pirates, a pretty solid pick. Christopher Nixon of the Cardinals. And then the Diamondbacks get Allen early. So a lot of top pitching prospects, which is usually the case in these kind of drafts. But let me know in the comment section below what you thought of our draft. I thought we did a great job, but I'd like to hear from you guys. Also, let me know your favorite prospect. Next episode, we will rejoin the top Major League club as we go 3 games to Kansas City, and then we host the Houston Astros, the leaders of the AL West. as we get into the final month of the season and on to the end of year number 3. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you drop a like and you subscribe down below, especially if you want more franchise content. This is Mr. Rob, and I'll see you in the next one.